Before we look at your website, let's just have a look at how a WordPress website in general is managed. What we're looking at here is a clean installation of WordPress. So this doesn't have any of the content or any of the theme or any of the custom coding that you'll have in your website. In order to log in, you want to go to the domain /wp-admin. If you're not already logged in, it will take you to this screen. You enter your username, you enter your password. If it's your own computer, you click Remember Me before you hit login, and then it won't keep asking you every time you go back. Obviously, if it's a shared computer, probably don't want to do that. If you can't remember your password, click Lost Your Password, and it will give you the opportunity to enter your email address, and it will resend the password to you. If you've logged in, it will take you to the dashboard. If you return to your website when you're already logged in, you will see that it will look slightly different to if a normal user goes there. There's this bar along the top where you have My Website, the New button and so forth. If I mouse over each of those now, you can see a number of quick links, a number of quick administrative options come up. What I'm going to do now is click on Dashboard. And that'll take you through to the main screen that you use to administer a WordPress website. On the left-hand side, we have all of the subject areas, all the different areas you could administer. Along the top, again, we have a number of quick links, exactly as before. And if I simply run the mouse down this left-hand bar, you'll see there are various sub-options alongside each of these. Most of these you probably don't want to deal with. However, there are a few things you may want to do regularly. The obvious one is to edit the content of the pages. If I go to Pages and I click to see the list of all current pages, because this is a fresh install, obviously there's only the one sample page. In your website, there's an awful lot more than this. And if I mouse over the individual page title, in this case, sample page, you'll see I've got various options: edit, trash, which is delete, or view it. If I go to edit, what you'll see here looks an awful lot like a normal word processing package. So I can highlight a sentence, click delete, type in new text, and when I've made the changes that I want to make, I go over to the right hand side and I click the update button. Immediately that puts the change live. So if I now look at the top bar, there's a view page option. You can see the page updated. So that's successfully been updated. I'll now click view page, and now we can see the changes that we've made have been carried through and are now visible on the live site. If I go back up to the top again, I've got this quick link which allows me to go back to edit it if I want to change it again. Most of the content that you want to change on your WordPress website will follow this sort of rule. So if I go here to posts, it shows me all of the current posts. Same thing, I mouse over the individual post title, it gives me edit, trash, etc. Something else you might want to do is to change the menus. So if I go down to Appearance, and under that it gives me the option of Menus. This shows a sample menu that's been set up. There are a couple of options already there. If I mouse over each one and click on it, I can open it in order to edit. Now in this case, if I click Remove, it disappears. I then go over to the left. I've got the option to add new pages, so I'll click Sample Page, Add to Menu, and it reappears. I can then drag and drop these to change the position, and if I select one again, I can go in and change, for example, the text. So the text I'm typing in now is what will appear on the page as the title of the link. Remember to save the menu on the right hand side after you've made changes, otherwise the system will forget what you've done. The other thing you might want to do is to add new users, which is new people who can help you to administer or add content to the website. So if I go down towards the bottom on the left hand side, it says users. I click add new. And if I were to add a user now, I would simply fill in these fields. So create a username, add the person's email address. I have to create a password for it. And something else which is vital is to select a role for the user. If you set somebody as an administrator, they have full power over the website. So they can add and delete anything, they can create new users and so forth. In most cases, if you're simply inviting somebody to add content to your website, author or editor is perfectly adequate. So let's choose editor. Now, if I wanted to send the login details to the person who I've just set up as a user, I click the box next to send password, and then I click add new user. The user automatically receives their login details. I don't need to do anything else. There's various other options here on the left-hand side. One other thing quickly worth looking at is media library. So if I go up to media, click on library, it shows all of the content which has been uploaded in terms of photos, for example. At the moment, there isn't any. If I want to add some, I simply go to add new, and then I can drag and drop from my computer. So that's an introduction to how WordPress in general works. What we're going to look at in the next section is how to administer some of the particular features of your website.